Hey, amazing people. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. So, something has like really been on my mind, and I want to kind of get some feedback today, and hopefully I can get some great feedback with this. Um, I don't ever want to lead people, in the wrong way. I don't never want to tell people, something that's not realistic. And when I say realistic, it is when I say, like, when people ask me certain questions, I try to be as realistic as possible. But then I also have to think, I think on a different level. You see what I'm saying? From other people, and other people think on a different level from me, right? But I want to, and I caught myself, making a statement, and I want honest feedback. I want feedback from everybody today. I caught myself making a statement, right? That real men, aren't interested in women that have bad bodies according to society. Real men aren't interested in, a woman that, just looks good. You see what I'm saying? Like, but I wanna. I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted. That's how I feel though. I feel like me as a woman, I'm interested in a man. I'm not sizing up. I'm not sizing him up. I'm not sizing his manhood up. I'm not sizing, his education up. I'm not sizing up none of that. I'm more of sizing up his ambition. I'm more, sizing up like the type of person he is to other people. You know what I mean? The type of person he is, the type of family man he is, the type of man he is to, his children. I'm sizing that up. I'm not looking, is his manhood big enough? I'm not looking at, do he got muscles? I'm not looking at, do he got good hair? I'm not looking at, do we got a six pack? I'm not looking at that, but that's me. And I realized something today, that I'm me. And I think how I think. You feel what I'm saying? And I move how I move. But I caught myself making a statement, like, telling another woman, like, she was, feeling a certain type of way about a situation. So I'm telling her, like, listen, like, real men aren't sitting up paying attention to that materialistic stuff. you know Real men ain't sitting up here, checking for, women that just got big butts and big titties, and they ain't just checking for that. Like, they want a woman of substance. So I'm just saying, am I wrong? I want to know, am I wrong in the comments? I really want to know if I'm wrong. Am I wrong for saying that? Because I'm gonna be real. Just with anything, like, a person can come and say anything to you, but it's like, are they showing you that? You see what I'm saying? Are they living that? Like, do men want women of substance? You know, do men want women, that carry themselves a certain way? Do men want women that, are always showing their butt on social media, and their titties on social media? And, like, is those the type of women that, y'all want? Or do y'all want women that are, that respect themselves, that, know their worth, and, things like that? Like, educate me, so I know how to move. I don't want to give people misinformation. I don't never want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay, so Willie, you want a big butt and a little chest. Okay, so okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to be real here. Like, what do men want? And I think that's something that we have to start asking, and not jumping into something with somebody, because, I be confused. I really be confused. The people that ask me, things like this, be, confused, is well. Because one thing about situations, right, is that you know, m- men and women, both, that's just like if you with your man or your woman in public and they look at someone else or they compliment how handsome, how beautiful, how good they look, this and the third, and you're looking at this person like, well, hold on, I don't look nothing like this person. You know what I mean? And you're feeling like, is that what they're really attracted to? You see what I'm saying? I think that's like a question. And then it becomes a question, like I said, even with men to women, it's like, what are women really looking for? What are men really looking for with somebody? Because I have to sit up here and think every man and woman is different. There are some men out here that, or will take a woman, because she has a bad body. You feel what I'm saying? And nothing else matters to that man. You feel what I'm saying? But then you do have men that are looking for a woman that respects herself. You see what I'm saying? A woman of class. A woman that is smart in the head, a woman that knows how to take care of home, not just somebody that look good. So there's also women that they'll tell you, women that are looking for a man that his man size has to be big for them. He has to have money. You know what I mean? He has to have his own place. I'm just saying things like that. I guess it's on an individual basis, and this is why it's important to get to know people and know what people like. You know what I mean? And know what people want, because you could feel like you are what you could feel like as a person, right? Because we all feel like this. We can feel like we are the total package, but the reality is we may not be the total package for that person that we're with. We may not be that. We're not going to be the total package for everybody else. And I think that's what the awareness comes in. We have to understand, you know, who we are. And we also have to understand that if you're not what that person's looking for, you're not what they're looking for. If you're not what they're attracted to, you're not what they're attracted to. You see what I'm saying? I think that, and are people going to be honest about, some people are going to be honest about what they're attracted to, but other people aren't going to be honest about what they're attracted to. Because somebody can sit up here and be like, I love you and I care about you, you know what I mean? But on the back end, their actions show something different. I don't want to be advising women that, listen, men are not sitting up here, worried about the way you look. Not saying you should look a mess. Not saying you shouldn't keep yourself together and things like that. You see what I'm saying? But I don't want to advise women that men are looking for more out of a woman than her body. You know what I mean? The way she looks and things like that. You know, honestly, I love them, but more of a mindset. As I get older, I realize you better find someone that will pick you up off the floor when you have fallen and can't get up. Devin, I think you have a point. You have a point. And I think that's what we're not doing. I think people are, you know, looking at a person physically and not looking at a person spiritually, not looking at a person mentally. That's what I'm getting. It's very heavy in my spirit, about things like that. Um, just like at their ex, and you will see what they like. Okay, Michael. That's, yeah, okay. Because one thing that I found out, y'all, that you know, a lot of people feel like a person um is into them, won't leave them alone, and things like that because they're in love with them. And to be honest with you, it's not really, that's not the case all the time. The case sometimes is that you're a beneficial person. And I'm just being real. You're a beneficial person. I was watching a movie the other day, and y'all might have seen it. It's called Flowers in the Attic, right? And if anybody's seen, Flowers in the Attic, the original, but if you've seen the origin, right, on Lifetime, and it has a lot of learning points in there. Like the woman was so they were rich, they wanted for nothing. They had a staff. You see what I'm saying? Like filthy rich, beautiful estate, but the woman was miserable. And she was miserable because her husband did not want her in that way. She was miserable, she was unhappy. Her husband did not have eyes for her. But he told her that she asked him, like, well, why did you marry me? She thought she's about to live this fairy tale in this beautiful estate with these servants and have his babies and this, that, and the third. And that's not even what it was. That man married her because he knew that she could run the business. He knew that she could keep the house, and she was going to be a great mother. He didn't marry her because he loved her. He didn't marry her because he was attracted to her. He slept with his father's wife. He started sleeping with his father's wife because he was attracted to his father's wife. He started sleeping with her. When he was sleeping with his wife, he didn't even want to look at her face. So it's like things like that. I mean, I know it's a movie, I know it's a show, but things like that happen in real life. You are beneficial to people. You see what I'm saying? People are used to you, but are people really in love with you? Do they really care about you? You see what I'm saying? I know that's like rare to find, these days. Hold on, let me turn my notifications on. I know that's like rare to find. But it's like you don't want to be in a relationship with someone because you're beneficial. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, I'm thinking, but correct me if I'm wrong. People want to be in a relationship where there's love, where there's care, where there's compassion, where there's respect, where there's empowerment, where there's inspiration, where there's encouragement, a real relationship. Real, I'm talking about real, the foundation is strong. You understand what I'm saying? That's what type of real I'm talking about. Cause see, if it's anything else, the foundation's gonna fall apart. And I think that's what, people really don't realize. But I think that sometimes some people, are so genuine, and some people are so loyal, and some people are so real that they don't think on any other level. You see what I'm saying? And when I say think on another level, you don't think like, oh, this person do this or this person do that, because sometimes as people, we think people operate like us. Not only operate like us, we believe the things that people say, and we overlook the things that people do. I mean, if I'm off, tell me I'm off. I'm always open for correction. If I'm saying something that's not true, or what I mean, I'm going the wrong way, correct me. Correct me. I just want to be, giving people the right information. You see what I'm saying? It's not even just about people coming to me trying to keep me in about my opinion. You see what I'm saying? Or what I think. I want to be realistic with people, because I don't want to see people hurt. You know what I mean? I don't want to see people angry. I don't want to see people put 100% into people, and people ain't putting 100% into you. I don't want that. I don't want that for people. Shani said, I want loyalty. Shamika said, no, you dead on. I'm just trying to be real. Booty and breast were thin over time. Loyalty is everything. Okay. Raphael, it may be nice to look at sometimes, but it really be in a way. Okay, Gifted said, I hear exactly what you're saying, but people don't want genuine love. That's not true. I can't say the person everybody want that, y'all. I can't say everybody want that, but it's us out there that know we believe in that wholeheartedly. Many folks aren't even loving enough to properly be in a loving relationship or marriage. Yeah. Some, yeah, I can agree with that. But I'm not gonna sit up here and say that there's not, people out here that, don't want that genuine. That's just like I sit up and think, and I'm just being real with you. I sit up and think sometimes like are men sitting out here running and telling women to go get their body done. Now I have ran into a man. I'm not saying all men do this, but I've thought that to myself. Like, are men out here running and telling women to go get their body done? Are men out here paying for this type of thing? I will say that I ran into a man before, right? And it was just a friendship, and he expressed to me, that he was interested in me in that type of way, and then I think what kind of broke it off was when he was like, "Yeah, I like you the way you are, but you need a little bit of work done. I would pay for you to get the work done." I said, "No, sir." I said, "No, sir. I don't want to get no work done." I said, "You're gonna have to find somebody that's interested in getting work done, because I'm not interested in doing that to me. If I want to do some work to me, I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna get a personal trainer. I'm gonna do things like that. But I'm not going under the knife. I'm not doing that. I got a brain tumor. I had a brain tumor for years. I could have been got the surgery. I didn't. If I didn't get the surgery to get my brain tumor removed, which they said that it's a possibility it may come back, why am I going to go under the knife and get something done to my body when in all actuality I could join the gym, I could start exercising, I could get a personal trainer, I could tone those things up myself, I could change the way I eat. There's things that I could do. That turned me off. Then he was telling me like, well, I pay for my baby's mom's body to get done and this, that, and the third, and that I'm not that girl. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna have to find somebody that's into that baby because that's not your leukemia. You feel what I'm saying? It's just not me. And that kind of I didn't let that experience make me feel like all men are like that. But like, is that what men want? Do men want women to go get their body? Are y'all paying for it? Like, I'm just trying to understand. I want to truly understand. Is how the body is shaped and look, you know um does that trump being with a woman that is smart, a woman that's going to raise your kids correctly? I'm asking questions because I want to know. I was on social media this morning and I seen, like, I was looking at a few people's page, right? And these pages, I'm gonna be honest with you, to me, and this is to me, this is my opinion. The pages didn't really have anything of substance on them. And I know a lot of y'all um, know what I mean when I say substance, right? When I say that every post was a woman she was shaking her butt every post she had to have her breast in the camera. It was just every post was like, yeah, like, look at my butt, like, from the back. And that was the post. And I'm just like, and I'm reading the comments, because I'm interested in learning. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I see these men in the comments and I'm like, okay, like, is this the type of woman that they want? The women that are doing this on social media, is that the type of woman that is wanted? Because they all over her in the comments and they, oh, I want you, and oh, you're beautiful, and oh my goodness, I wish I could have you. And it's like, you don't even know her though. You don't even know her and you want her. And that's not just men. I've seen women, you know, uh in different groups post men with gray sweatpants on. And I've been at events where, men were there and women are just like, oh, he's some married, some in relationships. So, oh, he's so fine, and oh my goodness, and I would do this to him. And oh, did you see him in those gray sweatpants? Did you see his? But it's like, you don't know him. You sexualized him, but you don't know this man. You feel what I'm saying? Like you are going off of because his manhood is big through the sweatpants. You know what I mean? You're going off of because he's fine and you know what I mean? He got some money and things like this. And I'm just thinking like, are people looking deeper into people or are people looking at the surface? And again, this is just how I think. I'm just bringing this thought process to the table. A lot of people reach out to me, you know, for a lot of situations, and I want to be realistic with people. I want to be realistic with myself. I want to be realistic with y'all. Like, what's up? People need to wake up. This is not shopping on the meat market. You are actually looking for a unique, beautiful soul to be with. Since men do not think like this, I leave them alone. Wow. Wow. Uh, Let me say that I don't think it's all men though. I don't think it's all men. I'm gonna be real honest. With me saying all that, I've seen men that don't attract them. And I'm gonna just call them real men. That don't move them. That do not move them. That don't move them. Big butt, big chest, them thirst traps. That don't move them. It don't. I'm not talking about two-piece swimsuits. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about every post is a thirst trap. Every post is a thirst trap. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm sad to say, but not sure people care about substance anymore. Okay, I'm just trying to understand. I'm taking in all these comments. I'm just doing that. You just can't stop there. It has to be a deep connection between people. Mr. J, it does not make us move. Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I met some men that told me that don't impress me. That really looks thirsty to me. And at the end of the day, who will want a woman that's sitting up doing that on social media, wanting the attention of every man? Uh-huh. Yep. Baby, I listen. I listen, and that's how I've experienced like real men on that level because I listen. I listen. So that's my thought process. My thought process was never feel like, oh, I need to, go and alter my body to get me a man. And no, I'm not, I don't want to attract a man that, you know, um, is attracted to those type of things, right? But then on the flip side, I always felt about myself that at the end of the day, I have more to offer. I have more to offer than just that. I've been very keen on like guys like getting to know me as a person. Get to know me. You feel what I'm saying? I should, oh, Shalakimi, you're beautiful. You're pretty. You take pretty pictures. No, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Get to know me though. Get to know my mind. Get to know my heart. Experience what type of person I am. Experience what type of person I can be to you. But then, I live in a world where, my mind is just deeper than other people. And it's sometimes, y'all, it's a blessing and a curse. I'm gonna be honest. It's a blessing and a curse. And I have to be open-minded because I can't sit up here, and I can't tell, you know, um, I can't reassure people about certain things or give an opinion about certain things because I don't know what um the people that they are with, I don't know what they want. I don't know, what everybody's different. Some people are attracted to what they're attracted to. Some people don't give a darn if what kind of mind you have. But I will say this, right? I will say that people can be attracted to what they want to be attracted to. But will that attraction, man or woman, will that attraction empower you? Will that attraction inspire you, motivate you, be there for you when you need somebody, will be a shoulder to cry. Will that big butt and those big titties be a shoulder to cry on? Will that big manhood and those muscles be a shoulder to cry on? Will it be there in your darkest moments? Like, I don't even, do we think on that level? Do we really think on that level? Like, it's crazy. I'm telling you, Charles, but those things are only temporary. Always right or wrong, like a balloon. You put in certain to them, but sooner or later the air in a balloon will go out slowly. I mean, I just be wanting to understand, y'all. I'm a thinker and I think things through, and I've been thinking about that. So, I can respond to things accordingly, so I can speak on things accordingly. I guess at this point, it's like a person can tell you whatever they want to tell you, but are their actions lining up with what they tell you? Number one. Number two, you know, maybe we have to start having conversations about what do people want? What do you want? Watching what people do, you know, things like that. I mean, I don't know. Emmanuel, women get lip injections, butt implants, breast enhancements. It does absolutely nothing for the relationship. It's all superficial. Once we are young and then we are old. Yup, Emmanuel, I agree with you. I agree with you. I really, really do. I really, really do. It's all superficial stuff. But you know what? I think I always tell people, right? I'll say what I gotta say, and I always try to tell people, listen, I'm just a messenger. That's all I am. I'm the messenger, you know. And at the end of the day, you don't have to take my advice. You don't have to listen to my opinion. You know why? Because at the end of the day, the your decision doesn't affect me. I have to tell people that a lot. Your decision does not affect me. Your decision affects you. So make sure that you are making the right decisions. The right decisions. You know, I've seen women sit up here and talk to the man that got Jordans on in the polo outfit, the Tommy outfit, flashing money, nice car. I seen them go for that man. And then talk about the man that don't got the Jordans on. You feel what I'm saying? That got a white t-shirt on some shorts. But you know the difference between these two men? The one that got the white t-shirt on and the shorts and don't got the Jordans on, he got savings in the bank. He take care of his kids. He's building an empire. He's thinking beyond. He's thinking in his mind, I ain't about to go buy no Jordans. I'm gonna invest in my family. I'm gonna invest in my kids' future. And this is no lie. Baby, this is real right here. You understand? But then you have the man that went and said, I'm gonna buy the Jordans. I'm gonna get the Tommy outfit. And this don't apply to all, but this applies to a majority. I'm gonna put on the Tommy outfit. I'm gonna flash this money. I got this nice car. And then it's like when you set up and you bypass the dude that didn't have all that, but you didn't know that he had $10,000, $20,000 in the bank. You didn't know he had a plan. You know what I mean, for his life, and he chose not to go and invest in his appearance on that type of level, but he's about to invest in an empire. But then you chose the guy that the car was a rental. That money that was temporary. He don't take care of his kids. He got a lot of drama. But do you see how things will sit up here? Things and appearances have us making decisions. Appearances have us making decisions, and sometimes the wrong decisions. People are not out here. The rich people are not looking rich. The broke people are looking rich. And I'm just using that as an example. A lot of women pass up on a good man. He has values. He has morals. He will respect you. He will care about you. He will love you. They will pass that up because they didn't explore that about him. They will pass that up for somebody that looks rich. They will bash the man that looks poor and will uphold the man that looks rich. Absolutely. I'm telling you. Some men do the same thing. Baby, I came to be real today. Some men do the same thing. They'll bypass, a woman that gained a little bit of weight. You feel what I'm saying? Don't wear makeup every day. Don't gotta weave down to her butt or some braids down to her butt, but she's at home and she's going to school and she's stressed out. You know what I mean? She's stressed out, taking care of home, taking care of the kids, making sure the kids got what they need, making sure the house is stocked up. They will overlook that woman for a woman that's running around here with a fresh lace front or a fresh wig or the new sneakers on or some heels on and this little dress, this, that, and the third. Come on, I came to be real on both ends of the spectrum. And I'm not saying this is all, but I'm saying that this is a vast majority. It's a vast majority. Men will do that. Some men will go and be with a woman that looks good to the eye. Then you go to her house is filthy. Or her body's bad. She got on the nicest, bloatest dress. What? Hair's intact. House is a mess. Kids is either in the system or with the grandmom or with a family member, but this day out every weekend looking sharp. Come on, I just came to be real. Some men will pick that type of woman over the other woman because at that moment she may not be appealing to the eye, but then they'll pick the woman that's appealing to the eye. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's what men have told me. Men, and then it's like you pick the one, what I mean, that's appealing to the eye. That 9 times out of 10, it's a very small percent. That's not gonna be the woman that's gonna be there with you through no hard times, baby. She ain't even gonna care about your hard times. She gonna be looking for the next man that can upkeep her appearance. What do you mean? And I've never understood a man that wants to be with a woman that does not care for her children. That's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. And vice versa. A woman that would want to be with a man that don't take care of his children. That's a whole nother show. But I'm just saying, this is how the world looks. This is how it looks. This how things look. This is why so many women feel like they finish last. You feel what I'm saying? It's a percent of women that feel like they finish last. They feel like they have it all together, but they finish last because they're not sitting up here investing in their appearance on that type of level. They're investing in their education. They're investing in their home. They're investing in, things that's going to create generational worth. They're investing in an empire. But they feel like they finish last because they don't operate like the woman that invests in her appearance on a high level, but don't even have it to invest in her appearance. Some men feel like they finish last because they're not out here disrespecting women. They ain't out here and they don't have all these gold chains around their neck. They ain't out here, wearing Jordans, and they working an honest job every single day. You feel what I'm saying? They loyal. You know what I mean? They out here, just being them. They're respectful. These men that are respectful, they're called soft. Cause they ain't calling the woman out their name. They ain't hitting on a woman. They ain't doing all that. So there's men out here that feel like they finished last too. Because of all these things that's going on. All these things that's going on. And it's like I don't know. It's like a crazy cycle where it's like it don't look right, but this is the way people are living. This is the way people are living. This is the way. This is the way. Jermaine, it's mostly our communities. They have so much money but don't own nothing. It is. It is us. It definitely is. Women of this world do not desire a righteous man. A righteous man is a man trying to do right. A decent man, hard working, has goals. A righteous man is considered boring. And I have to sit up here and I can't say that women in this world do not desire a righteous man, Devin. It is women out here that do. But I could also agree with him when he says a righteous man is considered boring to some women. And that's true too. That's true. That's true. That's what I'm saying. Like I never I'm telling I'm being real with y'all. I have been overlooked by women that go to the bars every single weekend in the club every single weekend. Got a fresh wig or lace front on. Got their body done all this and a third, but kids look a mess. Okay. Kids look a mess. Kids don't even live with them. Kids in the system. But you know what? That's when I realized, like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead about my business. Cause baby, you couldn't be no real man. You couldn't be no real man standing beside a woman like that. You couldn't be. But I realize I'm just looking at it like, wow. And that makes you feel like, dang, okay, so that's the type of women he really like. That's the type of women he really into. That's not a real man, though. That's not a real man. A real man ain't going for that. A real man, I'm telling you, I've had real men set up, but like, nah, I had to leave her alone because like she cared more about being in the streets than her kids. Real men pick up on that. Real men see stuff like that. Come on, it go both ways on both ends. It just does. It just does. But like I said, people's decisions affect them. The decisions don't affect me. I tell people, all the time. You can't fall in love with the appearance of somebody. You gotta experience a person on a deep level. You gotta experience a person. You feel what I'm saying? You just got to. And you got to make sure what you experiencing that their actions show up. Their actions, show up what you see about them. What they telling you, the actions got to match. They got to match. I just be trying to understand and have a conversation that the conversations people aren't ready to have, the conversations that we don't have. We don't talk about the men and women that is out here. They the real prize, baby, but they overlooked because people want to be satisfied with their eyes but not satisfied mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. That's a problem out here. When's that show? Yeah, we definitely we gonna talk about that because that's at a yeah. Yeah, I never understood somebody that went to be with somebody that don't take care of their kids. Like if I got with somebody, y'all, and they weren't, taking care of their kids, or I would try to encourage that as much as I can. Encourage that. But if I see like it wasn't working, I gotta go. Cause baby, I'm the type of person I feel like if you don't love your kids, ain't no way you could love me, baby. Them is the first people, you know, besides the Almighty God, your kids need to be, who you love unconditionally. You see what I'm saying? If a person don't have enough respect and love for their kids, who are you? Who are you? And I'm just being realistic. Who are you? I just came to be real. And that's both sides. That's both sides of the fence, baby. Sakim, my ex told me I was born because I sit home and read books and I'd rather spend time with her kids. I don't like to go out drinking and partying. I eat healthy food and take care of my health. And that's what's up. That's what's up. But y'all know what? People might think I'm boring too, y'all. I don't go out. People think I'm boring. People think I'm boring when, and I'm not just saying men. I'm just people period think I'm boring. Even when I go out of town. Like when some people go out of town and they want to go to clubs, and I don't go out of town and go to clubs. I go, and I'm just being realistic from me. You know what I mean? People could do what they want to do. I go out of town, I go to brunches, I go to conferences, I go to empowerment events, I go to museums, I go to zoos, you know, I don't go to clubs. I don't go to bars. Even if it's an event, if it's a private event held at like a bar or club, I'll go. You know what I mean? But I don't just go. I don't like going to places like that. You see what I'm saying? Like when I'm out of town, I'm trying to be in my hotel room by the time it's dark, unless, something is, going on, stuff like that. But I mean, I guess I'm boring too, Sakima. I guess I'm boring too. I don't on the weekends. I don't go out. I don't party. Like I said, it doesn't matter what's going on. I go to events. I go to brunches. I go to conferences. I go to motivational events. I go to things that are of substance. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to a bar. That don't do nothing for me. That don't do nothing for me. I've done that in my younger years. I don't need to be sitting in no bar. I don't need to be sitting in no club. I don't. I'm not doing that. Call me boring all day long. I'm home. I'm home. I'm home. You know, I'm home. Yeah, Lonnie said, "Yep, that was me in my younger days." Yeah, like tell me what a person finds sexually attractive, and I will tell you their entire philosophy of life. Sex without love is a hollow and ridiculous as love without sex. Sex is always about emotions. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not saying that sex isn't important. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying sex should be subtracted. That's not what I'm saying. I guess I'm saying that I feel like, and this is just how I feel. It ain't nobody gotta feel like this. Ain't nobody even gotta take this advice. You ain't even gotta take this in. But I feel like people should be with somebody that is of substance. I feel like you shouldn't just. I don't feel like people should just be in relationships just to be in relationships. You know what I mean? Because one party's just not in a relationship just to be in a relationship. The person is fully invested. Some people are in relationships with people that are not invested at all. Like I said earlier, you're beneficial. Why would they want to lose somebody, you know what I mean, that is always there for them when they need them? Why would they want to lose somebody, you know what I mean, that got their back wholeheartedly? You can have somebody's back wholeheartedly and be 100% invested, and that person don't love you or care about you. They just keep you around because you beneficial. That's why they keep you around. But they still but with saying that, they entertain other people. They entertain other stuff. I mean, and that's the reality. That's the reality. And it's like, why not seek somebody, that love how you love, or care how you care, or want the same things out of life that you want, or is willing to invest 100% like you willing to invest 100%. And don't sit up here and tell me like you can't know that. You do. Actions speak louder than words, y'all. And y'all know that. We know that as people. If you watch what somebody do, that'll tell you everything about them. A person can sit around and tell you, "Oh, I'm a great person. I'm this, that, and the third," but are their actions reflecting that? I do this and the third, but are their actions reflecting that? Come on, are their actions reflecting that? Let's be real. Somebody can sit around and be like, "I'm so into you, I love you. I want to do this, I want to do that." But um, what kind of example can I give? But they're checking for other men or they're checking for other women. But they're so into you. I'm just saying, but they're so into you. And I'm not saying people can't look. I'm not saying people can't look. I'm the type of person, like, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, at the end of the day, I'm not checking for another man. I'm not flirting with another man. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing it because I'm invested in who I'm with. But that's me. That's me. I just want to understand, what men want, for the simple fact that there's a lot of amazing women, that ask me certain things, and I want to be sure. There's a lot of, men that ask me things about women. I want to be sure. You know, I want to be sure about what I'm saying. I just want to know. Justin, some people don't realize that you don't have to get drunk and do dangerous, risky things or waste money just to have fun. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Charlie, I actually stopped dealing with a woman because she kept putting material things over her kids and responsibilities, right? I think that's what's not taught enough though. Like um some women are comfortable being with a man that does not take care of his children, right? Then they'll have a child to him and get mad because he don't take care of his child. Girl, bye. He wasn't taking care of his other kids when he was with you, and you didn't care about it. I've had to tell people that a few times. That try to have that I don't hold no punches. I don't even hold no punches when it comes to me. But I had to tell people that, like, you didn't care. You can't cry now, baby. You're not no victim. He didn't take care of his kids when he was with you. So what made you thought that you was gonna have a child with him and he was gonna take care of that child? No, baby, that wasn't happening. And that's just like, that's just like women too. I have to tell some men, like, come on. You seen what type of mom she was with her kids when you was together, the kids previously. You thought you was gonna have a child to her and she was gonna change, she was gonna start being a mom? No. Come on, you got to start looking at stuff like that. You got to start looking at what type of parent a person is before you run and have a child with them and think you gonna be a victim of something. You seen that person was like that and you still chose to have a child with them. You still chose to be in a relationship with them. Come on now. Come on, we're smarter than that. We're better than that. We just are. Absolutely. Waterfall, you will know them by their fruits. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kelly, that's only a plus. Most men look for a woman with a balanced attitude. hmm And also, some people are just out here just being with anybody. They don't know how to be alone. And people got to be careful of that too. Some people don't want to be alone, and that's not healthy. That's not healthy. I take relationships very serious. I take friendships serious. I take them very, very serious because I've been hurt before. You see what I'm saying? I'm sure I've hurt people before. At 40 years old, I take them very, very serious. I'm not being with somebody just to be with them, just to say I got somebody. No, I love this person. I care about this person. I'm not going to be friends with somebody just to have a friend. No, I'm invested in our friendship. I love you. I care about you. I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna be in your corner. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm invested. A lot of people are not invested. But when we come across somebody that's not invested, we have to also know how to exit. We have to also know how to exit. We have to be strong enough to walk away from what's not for us. You want to stay in something with somebody because you known them for a long time. You know what I mean? Y'all been together so long. You want to stay in that, or do you want to be in something that's truly for you? One thing about me, like, I don't know what people do behind my back. I don't know what people say behind my back. I just don't know. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I think that's a lot of us. Like, we don't know what people do behind our back. We don't know what they say behind our back. But in all actuality, um, people can't do much or say much behind your back because that's just the person that they are. I think we ignore red flags about people. I think that's what it is. We ignore enough red flags and we're so understanding and we're so genuine and so loyal that we overlook certain things that we shouldn't overlook with people. And I'm not saying that lightly. I'm not I'm saying um when it comes to the seriousness of the relationship. I'm not talking about no, I'm not talking about money. I ain't talking about material thing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about who a person is. That's what I'm talking about. Who a person is and how a person moves. That's what I'm talking about. What does that mean coming from a woman? What do you mean, Robert Jones? You got to explain because I don't know what you mean. Philip, for me, I do like to have either or both. However, I happen to be interested in a person and that person doesn't have it, doesn't matter. If they have it, it's a bonus. A lady that has all that doesn't make her attractive or beautiful to me. To be beautiful to me comes down to how you treat me and how we connect. Without that, you're just another human. I like that, Philip. I like that. I'm like that too. And a lot of people be like, have said things to me because I'm not sitting up here dating for material things or, getting with somebody for material things and, things like that. It's like I'm looking for a mental, a spiritual, connection. Like that's what I'm looking for. I feel like anything else can be obtain within. I don't think people think on that type of level. If you get with somebody and they don't have certain things, a car, you could get that together. A house, you could get that together. Some money, you could get that together. I mean, I just feel like some things are obtainable together. And then at the end of the day, how do you know that you're not supposed to, get with this person and y'all get these things together and build an empire? Like, how do you know? If some people are sitting up here requiring certain things of people. And I'm not saying don't require things, but are you requiring the right things out of a person? I only hear some people be like, they require money. They require, them to have their own house, their own car, their own this, their own that. But you know what those requirements come from? They come from the last person that hurt them, that didn't have that. So the hurt became so overpowering that they're looking at this person like I was with this person. They ain't even had no car. I love this person and they only worked at a department store. They only worked at a hospital. They only worked at McDonald's. Like I accepted all of this. So now they raise their standards from hurt. It's not realistic standards. It's not okay, I'm a heel. It's no, I'm mad, I'm angry. So the next man got to have his own car. He got to have his own house. He got to have a whole bunch of money. He got to be doing this. He got to be doing that. He got to be, and that's not realistic. That's not realistic. That's not realistic. At the end of the day, the person that you are supposed to be with, you don't know how they gonna come, baby. You don't know how they gonna come. But see how the overpowering of hurt will sit up and have people sit up and make unrealistic demands, unrealistic expectations out of people. When at the end of the day, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna be like, the next person I want to be with, I want to be able to pray with them. The next person I'm with, I want us to be able to empower each other. I want us to inspire each other. I want us to encourage each other. I want us, to serve the Almighty together. I want us to have a strong prayer life. I want this person, I want them to be compassionate, him or her. I want them to, be genuine. I want them to be big on loyalty. I want them to respect me like I'm gonna respect them. I think those are realistic, but that's me. That's me. I can't put that on nobody else. That's me. That's me. That's me. I'm not going to require wealth because we can get if we want to be wealthy, we can get that together. If he don't got no car, okay, that's something we could work on. Who is he at heart though? Who is he in his mind? I'm just saying. That's me though. That's me. That's me. Waterfall. I'm not saying don't settle. But some people's definition of don't settle is don't settle for a man that don't bring materialistic things to the table. That's settling for some people. That's settling for some people. A man that don't make a whole bunch of money, don't got a car, you know, don't got a six figure paying job, don't, got a real nice house and don't dress in name brand stuff and don't wear Jordans. That is some people's definition of not settling. When not settling should be, you shouldn't settle for someone that disrespects you. You shouldn't settle for someone that does not love you, someone that's not compassionate. Maybe you shouldn't settle, for someone that doesn't love themselves, somebody that's not invested in the relationship. Maybe those could be realistic. Don't settle. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's it. That's it. Glenn, I keep getting women like Lot's wife. They keep turning back to the world when they look at the world is fading away. Hold on, Glenn. You must have said something else at the top that a lot of people were agreeing with. Now, men, we can't expect a woman to fully submit herself to us until we fully submit ourselves to God. Yep, I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. A real man, a real man knows how to lead. But with a real man knowing how to lead, us women have to know how to respect that lead. We have to know how to respect that lead. Submitting is not a prisoner. And stop taking advice from people that don't know how to submit. Cause they gonna make you miss your blessing. That's why you shouldn't be friends with the wrong people. You shouldn't have the wrong people around you. I see so many people miss their blessings being friends with the wrong people, being surrounded with the wrong people. Get with somebody that knows something. Get with somebody that's knowledgeable, not somebody that's sitting around miserable and single and always got some drama going on. What can that person teach you? That person teaches me how to stay away from drama. That person teach me how to not be miserable. But I think that's where the disconnect is, and I'm glad Glenn said that. Definitely submit yourself to the Almighty, absolutely. But us women, we have to respect. We have to respect how our man leads. We have to respect that. Thank you for that, Glenn. I appreciate that so much. Johnny, some of us men just focused on our career and money, and we have a rotation of women who we just F and go home to focus on our stuff because some of us plan on getting our wives from a third world country. Some of us are done with American women. We just using them for sex and we go back to focus on our career. My thing, Johnny, is I'm this is what I'm gonna tell you. I appreciate you being real, but we shouldn't just be having sex with anybody. That's where you go wrong. You should never have a mindset, oh, I'm just going to use somebody for sex, or I'm going to just have sex with somebody until I find the person I'm going to be with. Baby, that's the wrong road to go down. That's the wrong road. That you might as well not have sex with nobody. You might as well just practice abstinence until you find the person you want to be with. Who wouldn't want to? Sex is not just sex, y'all. Sex is a transfer between two people. You don't know what type of demons that person is battling. And you had sex with that person and the demons transfer to you. I'm just saying. I'm just a messenger. That's all I'm saying. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in when I'm not in a relationship, I don't just have sex with anybody. I don't have sex at all. I don't have sex at all. Sex is not just sex, y'all. And until you realize that, I'm telling you, sex is not just sex. It is not. It is a serious transfer. It's serious. I promise you that. You don't gotta take it from me. But I'm telling you, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. If that's what you're seeking to do, I can't change your mind about that, Johnny. I can't do that. All I can say is there's some amazing women here. I can say that. I can vouch for that. There's some amazing women. You just never experienced them, Johnny. That's all. But running around having sex with people until you find that woman, that ain't the road to take. And I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. That ain't the road. That ain't it. Mm-mm. Hey, DC, I'm good in you. Mm-mm. No. People do that though, not to be alone, just to fill a void or go and just be having sex with anybody and be running while their life is the way their life is. You got too many spirits on you. You got too many demons on you. You done adopted some stuff that this person is fighting, that this person got on the inside of them. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. What sentiment do you have a problem with, Desmond? Right, JJ, soul ties. Exactly. They don't even understand it. Intertwining souls is dangerous, Nando. Exactly. Exactly. Please take heed. Please take heed. You can't just be out here and then doing that. Y'all ain't scared to get herpes. Y'all ain't scared to get HIV, syphilis. Y'all ain't scared to get none of that. Cause let me tell you something. A condom do not protect everything, and I know a lot of people are not using them. That does not protect against everything. You ain't afraid of giving yourself a life sentence, a death sentence. You ain't afraid of getting something you can never get rid of. Then you got to go and explain to every person you with after that, like, oh, I got herpes. You know what I mean? Or I got this, or I got that, or come on, come on. Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic about this. Mr. G, sex is definitely a spiritual connection and exchange. Exactly. That's why you cannot do it with everybody. You cannot. No, you cannot. Baby, if I'm not in a relationship, I just ain't doing it. I just ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. I've been like that for a very long time. I'm just not doing it. I'm not. I just can't be like that with anybody anyway. I have to love you and care about you, and we got to be in a relationship. You feel what I'm saying? I can't just do that. I can't do myself like that. Mm-mm. I'd rather go without. I'd rather go without it. Jacqueline, demon transfer. This called voodoo. It's real. Yep. You just never met him, Johnny. You never met him. But when you I'm gonna be real with y'all. When you feel like you in a situation, right? And you sitting up here, you feeling like I never met a good man. I never met a good woman. Or I just keep meeting the same type of woman, or I keep meeting the same type of man. Change up the way you're meeting them. Change up the places that you're meeting them. You have to change something. If you keep attracting the same thing, it's something, baby, you got to change. It's something you got to change. And that's being real and that's being realistic with yourself. You have to change something. So you start being a different kind of people. And then you also have to understand, have a conversation with yourself. And I'm being for real about what you attracted to. Because you continue to attract who you're attracted to. But I'm gonna go a little deeper. Some people might come across somebody that they're not usually attracted to. Then they'll push that person away because they feel like that person's on a higher level than them, or they feel like, oh, I'm not used to this type of love. I'm gonna push it away. You know what I mean? I ain't used to somebody caring about me. I ain't used to somebody believing in me and having my back, and I ain't used to somebody. And then they push that away, all because they so used to something toxic. So used to something toxic. Used to something negative. Used to something that you wasn't even happy with. That you come across something so amazing and you drop the ball. You take it for granted. It's a wild world out here. It's real wild. But at the end of the day, we got to start being realistic. We have to. Linnell, what's good? What is good about a big butt and chest and no intellect? That's what I want to know, Linnell. What's up with that? Like, I be confused. I be confused. Like I'm gonna be real. Like some of these women pages don't be having no type of substance, no type of intellect or nothing. None. They just be shaking their butt, showing they breast I want to know what type of man would be attracted to that and who want to look at that. I want to know who would do that. I'm not following no man that all he do is post his manhood, sweatpants, trying to show himself. That shows that to me screams low self-esteem. I'm just being real. That don't scream exclusive to me. And that's why I feel like real men don't move like that. Because real men want something exclusive. Exclusive. I ain't talking about a woman posting a two-piece bathing suit because I posted it before. I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about every picture is a thirst trap. And that's for people that want the wrong kind of attention. But then they'll sit up and be like, oh, men sexualize us. Men sexualize us. Oh, we don't want to be sexualized, but every picture is a thirst trap. But again, I don't think real men are attracted to that. I don't think, and they have told me, I'm not attracted to something that a woman wants to show all men. A man has told me that's mine. That's supposed to be mine. Why would I want to be with a woman that posts thirst trap pictures? That's a woman that wants the wrong type of attention. A woman that wants the wrong type of attention don't attract a real man. That's all I'm gonna say. And vice versa. And vice versa. Because it happens with women too. It's men that have pages that, post thirst traps and you know what I mean, things like that. Don't know, ain't no real women. I don't want to see that. I just don't. I'm not interested in that. That don't move me as a woman. That don't move me. Plus, when I'm in a relationship, I only have eyes for the person I'm with. That don't move me though. I don't sexualize men in that type of capacity. Maybe I don't have that kind of spirit on me. That's me though. Hey, who want to talk about Miss Shalakemia? Hey, indeed, and especially on Instagram, all I see is cheeks 24/7. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sacred and exclusive, exactly. And that's what I try to explain to women, when I'm coaching them, talking to them, whatever. Like real men, real. I'm not talking about boys. Real men they ain't interested in that. That don't move them. They're not no. A real man is gonna look at that and feel like, you know, that's a woman that want attention or the wrong attention. That's not gonna attract a real man. I'm sorry. A real woman. I could say that I'm a real I consider myself a real woman. I'm not attracted to that. I'm not attracted to no man sitting up always exposing himself and oh, I'm not attracted to that. That man wants the wrong type of attention from the wrong type of women. I respect myself. I feel like I'm classy. I feel like, I'm a woman that I don't want the wrong type of attention. So I'm not gonna post things that bring the wrong type of attention. I'm not thirsty. You feel what I'm saying? I'm confident in myself. I don't have low self-esteem. I don't want all men to, just want me. I don't want that. I'm gonna be real with you. As a real woman, I want respect. I want respect. I want appreciation. You feel what I'm saying? To be honest with you, real men don't respect women like that. They don't. So it's like you gotta want a real man over a boy. You gotta want a real woman over a girl. That's what you gotta do. Do you think these men is gonna go to the strip club? I know some men be like, I don't even the strip club don't even move me. But the men that do go to the strip club, they look at stuff like that. A boy may wife a stripper. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't no real man about to wife no stripper. A real man is not wifing no stripper. Now it's a different situation if it may be a stripper that, turned her life around. She don't live like that no more. She changed. Yep, I could see that. A real man is not about to sit up here and be, no, they're not. You do not see these men. The strippers are not raising their kids. No, they are not. No, they are not. They're not doing that. Maybe some, I don't know, but I don't see no real man sitting up doing that. But then again, why would men want to be in places like that and be connected to women like that and stuff like that? I went to a strip club and I did not enjoy myself. I really didn't want to go. But I did not enjoy myself at all. Just being in that type of environment. I didn't care how many celebrities was in there. It was an after party. I wanted to go. I didn't enjoy myself. I really just wanted to go. I shouldn't have been there in the first place. And I took take that responsibility out with my own self. I shouldn't have, been there, in the first place. But it didn't move me. It just really didn't, but you know, I'm not gonna keep, going on and on, you know. I just wanted to kind of have that conversation because it's a conversation. It's conversations that we don't have that we need to have, that we really need to have in our community, without somebody feeling offended. Like it is what it is. We have to do better. That's like Johnny's comment of, just having sex with women until he find no, that's not right. I mean, but Johnny, you gonna do what you wanna do, you know. Um, your actions, you the only one that got you know, um, you the only one that got to live with the consequences of that, the outcome of it. The outcome of it is on you. And that's how we have to think in life. The outcome. The outcome don't affect me. The outcome is gonna affect you, Johnny. And that's why we have to make better decisions, when it comes to things like this. What's going to be safer? You just falling back, focusing on work, focusing on, building an empire, doing whatever you're trying to do until you find that person, or running around her having, sex with different women. One woman might get attached to you, might start acting crazy, might think she in a relationship with you. Now you got drama when you could have just fell back. You feel what I'm saying? Worked on you and waited for the woman that was for you. What's the better option? The option you choose, you got to live with the outcome. You know, D'Angelo, after almost 10 years of being married, I feel like being with someone who I can communicate with is more important than More important thing in a relationship, bodies get old and they decay. That's true. Johnny, I'm too young for abstinence. Johnny, you ain't too young for abstinence. You ain't too young for that, Johnny, and don't even speak that over your life. Because, Johnny, you could come across somebody and get something that you could never, ever get rid of. Trust me. I've met 20, 19, 20, 21-year olds that their sexual experience the first time they got AIDS or HIV. So think about that. Think about your statement. This is real life out here. You can't say you too young for that. I don't even, it's a lot of people that I know women that's like, that's not just men that run around here and be, having sex with different people thinking they living their best life. Baby, that's not living your best life. That's not living your best life. I never even understood, and I heard this from men and women because I used to work in corrections with men and women. I heard men, oh, I'm getting out, I'm hitting everything moving. I'm gonna have sex with everything moving. Women like, oh yeah, I'm a do me out here. Like I ain't being tied down. I've been locked up for so long. I'm about to hit all these dudes, and I'm just sitting up here like, what? What y'all talking about? Do y'all know it's stuff out here you can't get rid of, baby? Stuff you cannot get rid of. I said, y'all sitting up here, y'all so ready to get out here and be free, and y'all want to have sex with everything. Y'all ain't even thinking about who the people they had sex with. Y'all just ready to hit everything. Y'all don't care about AIDS, HIV, syphilis. Y'all don't care about gonorrhea. Y'all don't care about nothing. Y'all think living your best life is out here having sex with everybody, baby. You better change that mindset. You better change that mindset before you be a person going to get tested for something and then be scared to go get your test results. Oh, I seen that a lot too. People out here go get tested. I used to drive people to go get tested for HIV and AIDS and stuff like that. And then they test results come in. I call them. Let's go up to the health department. They got your result. Get your results. Stuff like that. And they don't go. Not that the people called me and was like their test results was ready. I knew how long I took so many people. I knew how long it took for the results, to come back and stuff like that. So I would call people and be like, it's been such and such amount of weeks, let's, go get your results. Or, did you get the call about your results? Baby, these people did not want to go get their results, y'all. And I talked to the people at the health department, because I kind of became familiar with them. I was up there, so much, you know. They told me people don't come back and get their results. They do not. People are afraid to go and get test results. People are walking around here with STDs, ain't going to get checked or nothing. Walking around with STDs, just giving them to everybody. But people ready to get released from halfway houses, prison, and have sex with everybody. Not only that, people out here having sex with everybody, and you don't even know what somebody got. Are y'all asking for paperwork? Are y'all asking for test results? I'm trying to understand. Are y'all asking to see certain things before you lay down with somebody? Because baby, your life can be on the line. Your life could be on the line. And I'm just being real. I'm just coming to be the messenger. I don't know whose mind is like that, but I'm just coming to be the messenger and talk about something people don't want to talk about. But that comes with knowing your worth. And that comes with being protective with you. That comes with caring about you. And saying, no, I'm not just gonna run around here sleeping with everybody. I care about me. I want to live for my kids. I want to live for my own self. I want to do better by me. Don't make decisions that'll give you a death sentence. Don't make decisions where you catch something, then you got to run around and you got the. I had somebody come to me and they said, I don't want to just go around sleeping with people knowing I have something that I cannot get rid of. And I told this person, I said, baby, let me tell you something. Most people wouldn't even do what you doing. I said, but I'm going to tell you like this. I've worked with a lot of people. I said, I used to teach STD awareness. I said, you be honest with a person. I said, it don't matter if a person leave you alone. It don't matter if a person, look at you like you crazy. They may not want to deal with you no more, baby. I said, but you was honest about what you had. I said, somebody's going to come along and they gonna love you for you. They're not gonna care on that type of level what you have. They're gonna love you enough to take the certain precautions that y'all need to go ahead and take so that person may not get it. I know people that are in relationships with people that have HIV. I know people that are in relationships with people that have AIDS, that have herpes, that have syphilis, and things like that. I know people like that. They are in successful relationships. But it starts with being honest. Like this person was honest with me. People are not honest like that. They will sleep with you and they will not tell you what they have, baby. It's hard for a person to come and say, I have something I can't get rid of. And I'm afraid of telling people because of the way they're gonna respond. And I always have to tell people to be honest. You give a person a choice. You don't mislead people. That causes more problems. You don't know how a person may react. I said you be honest. And that saves a lot of time. It saves drama. You see what I'm saying? I said honesty will stand before a lie. Honesty will stand before you being dishonest with somebody. A lot of people respect that you were honest with them. I said it don't matter if somebody hang up on you, if they ghost you, you were honest. And that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. That trumps everything when you honest with somebody. And you keep it real with somebody about what's going on with you. And you give them a choice. Let me tell y'all something, baby. It's a lot of people out here ain't gonna give you no choice. It's a lot of people that ain't gonna be honest with you. You got to be careful. Everybody's not you. They're not honest like you. They're not genuine like you. They're not you. They're not you. And that's why you have to protect you. You have to. Best to tell the truth. Exactly, Corey. Exactly. And be honest with people. Because if you're not, that will lead to other things. It'll lead to destruction. It'll lead to a lot of different things going on. It really will, especially if you're someone that has HIV or you have AIDS and you are not honest with that about a person, you could be charged. You could go to jail for that. You know what I mean? It could be a real bad situation. If you the person that you're not strong enough to be honest about stuff like that, don't sleep with nobody, don't get into no relationship with nobody until you are strong enough to be honest about that part of your life. But for the people that don't go through things like that, you got to be careful who you sleep with. A night of pleasure could lead you into something you ain't signed up for. A night of pleasure could be a death sentence. A night of pleasure could be something you catch something you can't never get rid of. Then you got to go explain to baby what you got, other people what you got, baby, and explain to them what you got. You got now you got to explain to everybody what you got. Just be more careful with yourself. You know, be more careful with yourself. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm trying to keep me. What I have a problem with is doing random women and passporting sentiment is what I have a problem with. What do you mean? What are you saying, Desmond? Are you saying you have a problem with having sex with random women? Is that what you're trying to say to me? I want to just understand your question. Markeisha, a night of pleasure can lead to a lifetime of pain. Absolutely. Absolutely. These are the conversations that, we have to have. Johnny, life is a risk. Driving around the corner can get you killed. All we can do is take the best care of ourselves. You right, Johnny. You right. You right. But let me tell you something. It's different when you driving. You don't know what may happen if you drive. But when you have the opportunity to know Johnny, you do better. Johnny, you sitting up here talking about sleeping with a whole bunch of women. You know what you doing. That's not a risk you taking. That ain't like you going into something and you don't have the knowledge of. No, that's a choice you making. Ain't nobody making no choice to get no car and go and get into an accident. Nobody knows that. But you know what go into when you sleeping with people. You know what go into that. Don't play on my channel. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I listen, if you feel like Johnny life is a risk, you go ahead. I've delivered the message. What you do from here, baby, is it's on you. It's on you. I don't have to live the consequences of that. I don't have to live with the outcome you do. Not me. I'm not gonna keep repeat myself. No, it's not the same risk as driving a car, Johnny. It's not. It's not. Because there's things that you can prevent. There's things you can prevent some things. I'm not trying to hear that. Nobody goes and expects to be in an accident. An accident is what it is in a car. It's an accident. Nobody knew that. When we are dealing with people, we know that we could possibly get something. We know what's going on in this world. We can ask the person, when's the last time you've been tested? People choose to sleep with multiple people, unprotected, sometimes protected. Yeah, it's okay. But you know, we have to have these type of conversations, y'all, so people really understand. Because Johnny got on here feeling like this is his mindset, y'all, and you have to pay attention to people's mindset. It'll tell you a lot about them. He felt like it was okay to sleep with multiple women until he finds his woman. That's not okay. That's not okay. But he felt like in his mind that was fine. That was his plan in life. That's a crazy plan. You could be setting yourself up for failure. You could set yourself up and never ever meet the person you're supposed to be with. Cause you so caught up in and you were sleeping with a whole bunch of people. You see how the enemy is set up here and trick our mind and make us think, okay, well, until this happens, we're gonna do this. No, but hold on. What I'm doing is this gonna lead me down a path of destruction? What could possibly come out of me sleeping with all these people? What could possibly kind of happen? Come on, we got to think like that. Your brain has to open up a whole new portal to think like that. You have to. It'll save your life. It'll definitely save your life. Lee, stop thinking with exactly. Yeah, yeah. That can lead to destruction too, but not just for men. With women just thinking with their vagina lead to a path of destruction. It can lead there. That I mean, I hope you do the right thing, Johnny. you know um by yourself, because the things you do, it affects you. you know your choices affect you and some of the people that you won't come in contact with. you know yeah. Marvin, you can only test negative so many times before it comes back positive. Yes, Ben. For a peace of mind and a new relationship, just both get tested. Absolutely. I think that's something that needs to be normalized anyway. Anyway. I've had to tell people, listen, ask people for, test results. Go get tested together for all STDs and things like that. Just make sure you know what you going into. I encourage that. I really, really encourage that. I really do. Are people gonna take the time out to do that? I don't know, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Deedon, it's a difference between a risk and a choice. You're absolutely right. Deedon is right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you have to pay to get tested. Deezin, no, you do not. You don't have to pay to get tested. If you go to your local health department, they have free testing for everything. Everything there. You do not have to pay to get tested. You can look for free STD testings near me. A few places might come up, but I definitely know that the health departments definitely offer free testing. It's usually on certain days between certain times, but you don't have to pay to get tested if you don't have any insurance. Yep, you don't have to. Yeah. But Jean D said I like natural chest, preferably small. And yeah, big butts. But do you like that over? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Yes, free clinic. Yep, Marvin said it. Free clinics too. Look for free clinics. Yes, absolutely. Well, I appreciate, all the input and all the comments and stuff. I felt like we really needed to have this conversation. It probably won't be the last time that we have this conversation. I may go live and open up the phone lines, so we can have a deeper conversation, about some things. We'll definitely have a show about people dating people that do not take care of their children. We're definitely gonna have that show very, very soon. There's a lot of topics that, we need to cover. One thing I love about when y'all come to my live, that everybody in here, shares a jewel, or shares some type of knowledge. I definitely want to highlight that. So it's not always just about me talking and, me coming to the table with these conversations. In these comments, you will find a lot of knowledge. You'll find some experiences. You'll find some testimonies, and things like that. So that's what, I love about what y'all bring to this conversation as well. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in with me today. I appreciate y'all so much, and I'll talk to y'all soon.